Oh. Alright, well, you guys caught me during my dinner time. It is 1/18/2021. Oh dark 30. So, I'll just finish my dinner here in a minute. I am in an unknown location. Not going to give up where I'm at. But we're going to talk about being prepared. So, yeah, you see it. I got my CB, my crank radio, my dual whip antennas here for my CB. I've got beanie weenies, one can of beanie weenies and a bunch of Vienna sausages, saltine crackers, case Mountain Dew, ramen noodles. I'm good. So, we're going to talk about being prepared getting into the hotshot world or the trucking world, especially the trucking world. And we're talking about over the road, regional, stuff like that, hotshot pickup, whether you want to be in a semi truck, whatever, company driver. This can all obtain to all of you. And we're going to talk about the hardships on being prepared for the hardships and go through a little bit of stuff that I've been through over the years of the hardships. So first and foremost, before you even think about starting your business or getting into the trucking career, whether it be for somebody or whatever, being gone, you want to make sure that everybody family-wise is on the same page with it. Wife, kids, girlfriend, whatever it is. It could be one or the other or all three. You need to make sure they're all on the same page. Make sure that they're going to be fine with you being gone for a couple weeks on end, month on end, whatever. They may say that they are. You really need to sit down and have a major talk and make sure that they know that what they're committing to on doing it. And you need to make sure that you know what you're committing to before you decide to do it. All right? Because right now, you might be working, 8-10 hours a day, 5 days a week, 6 days a week, whatever, but you're always home for dinner or in the evening or whatever, spending that quality time, whether, depending on what shift you're working, whether it's breakfast, lunch, or dinner with the significant other or your kids. Need to make sure that, you guys are all on the same page. Have that talk. If one of them has an issue with it, you really need to talk that out and come to an agreement. If they do still have the issue with it, it's probably not going to be a good deal for you to start into this, because there will always be a problem. With your kids, getting into this, you're going to miss baseball games, soccer practice, dances, birthdays, a lot of things that happen through the school that you're going to end up missing. There's just no way around it. You can try your damnedest, but you're going to end up missing several occasions where you wish you would have spent time with your kids on this day. As far as the woman goes, or girlfriend, and you have kids, they're going to be left alone playing, a major role in taking 50% of that, of her job and turning it into 100% doing your job also at home while you're away. And that puts a heavy burden. So she might be okay with it at first, but, a month down the road, she might reevaluate it and be like, I'm not okay with it. But yet she's going to want to support you, and she'll never be okay with it. That's a big issue. You will have to adapt and overcome at that point. So to try to keep this video short and sweet, I'm going to talk to you about a little bit of my hard times. Bring you up to speed. My daughter, I had a daughter out of wedlock when I was still in high school. She was used as a pawn against me from her mother. And throughout the years, I tried to have a relationship with her. And every time that things were starting to go good, her mom would pull her away from me and keep her away from me. When my daughter turned 15 years old, she come to live with me. And It was right at about the time that I was getting ready to start my trucking career on my own, my trucking business, I should say. Had to talk with them before I did it. My woman, to be honest with you, she fought me tooth and nail. She didn't want me to do it, said I was crazy, I was stupid, I was going to lose everything, whatever. But with me as a go-getter, I went and done it. And thankfully, she never left me. All right, it was close a couple times, especially in the beginning, but she stuck with me. And I think now she's glad that she did, and I think now she's glad that I took that move and took that leap and made it happen. So that's a major hardship here, getting into this that nobody wants to talk about. You might have to go through a divorce, separation, kids not like you as much afterwards. You know, it could really stress you out. My daughter was all for me starting it, like I said, and she supported it there for a little while, about a couple months, and then she didn't like it as much. My woman, she didn't like it either. She accepted it, but she did not like it. I was gone all the time. I'd be home on the weekend, and if I was home through the week or whatever for a day here and there, I was stuck in front of that computer. It was 100%, 24/7, looking and working on the trucking business instead of taking time away from that and spending it with my family like I should have. And I'm glad I figured that out, what the problem was there, and I'm glad that I resolved that before my woman left. You know, I'm really glad that she's here. She is amazing person, to put up with me, for sure. But anyway, those are some hardships that you're going to have to put up with, and you're going to have to adapt and overcome. So my technique evidently worked through that time. I was able to stop. It was hard. I was able to stop looking at loads, especially on the weekend. I would try to make sure that my truck was loaded either Friday for Monday or, booked out Friday for Monday to load up on Monday and roll out. I got myself to where I was down, only being gone 3 nights a week, whether it was Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, or Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, however it fell. That worked for a while. It was still stressful for the family, but I really wanted to make this work. And I really adapted and overcome all that. Slid into where I got a good gig where I was pretty much local, and it started going to from 3 nights a week after I went to freight, because I started out hauling cars. When I went to freight and got caught up into a good company that I was running for, it was Coyote Logistics. I found a great broker at Coyote Logistics, and we were running a ton of this. It was AEP freight around my area. And we was running. I'd run out of state. It'd be one nights. I'd go out for a night and be back, or be gone for no more than 2 nights and be back. And it was nothing for me to have 3, 4, 5 of these loads out of the same place for AEP, going to different drops throughout the country, local. So that was a big deal for me. That was my stepping stone that I needed. And once that happened, everything started getting better. It turned into where I'd only be gone maybe 2 nights a week, and it wasn't back to back. I'd split it up a little bit, and I was home on the weekend. And even with that, I was still loading out from Friday for Monday, or, had paperwork to pick up Monday, whatever. But I was always home on the weekend, never had to do a weekend run during that time. So that really helped out great. Being gone all the time is a big one. So you need to make sure that your family is on the right track with that. Make sure that they're okay, and constantly talk to them about it. Make sure you're involved with them, as soon as you get home, if you start your own business, you're going to want to make sure that you take the time for your family on the weekends or when you're home. You need to leave business life with the business and make sure that you make time for your family. All right, family means everything, for sure. 'Cause this business, it'll swallow you up and spit you out, and you don't even know what happened until you're stranded, not knowing what to do and no money. So make sure you take care of your family and make sure that their needs are done first, and definitely take care of them. Now, as far as one-on-one, being out here, right, let's see that you got your CDL or you rolled up and started your business. You've got this big truck payment, which I don't know why in the hell you'd have a big truck payment. Financing a trailer is okay, but I don't know why anybody would want to finance a $60,000 or $70,000 truck to do this work. Because all you're doing is running partials. You're bidding the same loads that semi trucks are bidding against, and it's nuts. If you got an old truck, if you got an older truck that's halfway paid off or is paid off and it's capable of doing the job, run it. Run what you got. I don't even care if it's a bumper pull. Run what you got. Put it on your truck, roll down the road, start making money with it. Build your business after you make sure that you like it. Don't get out here and spend a shit ton of money and figure out that you don't like it, and the next thing you know, you're stuck with $1,000 truck payment or $800 truck payment, whatever the heck it comes out to be, along with $200 a month trailer payment, trying to offload everything just to get back to working 9 to 5 for somebody. That's a big one. A lot of people do that. Don't know why. Again, this business will eat you up and spit you out before you even know what happened. A lot of people fail at the hotshot business, and there's nothing wrong with that. A lot of people fail at trucking, and there's nothing embarrassing about that. You tried. It is one of the biggest leaps of faith that you could take. I mean, you can get out here and crash your truck, be at fault. Next thing you know, you're losing everything. So certain things there can happen, or you got a bunch of bills and loads are slow and you're not making any money. You're just running to make the payments on certain things and not putting any in the bank, literally, or still costing you money, basically, because you still have all the maintenance and wear and tear on everything. Those are hardships. Another hardship is being in the middle of the nowhere in the middle of the night, blowing a tire, or losing an engine or transmission or something, rear end, whatever, and being stranded. That's a hardship. You might have to sit there until morning, possibly. You really got to know what you're getting into before you start. I mean, it's not all candy canes and lollipops out here, for sure. I really hope some of the guys that are watching this, that have been in this business for a while, comment and put your 2 cents in on this, for sure. And we need to start helping these new guys that's watching our videos and wanting to come into this. And it's not all gravy. It's not all gravy. Need to make sure that they know too that there's a lot of hardship. There's only a few hotshot YouTube channels out here that I've seen. I'm not going to name any of them, but there's only a few out here that actually give you the nitty gritty on a day being good and then turning to total crap. But when it comes down to it, you need to make sure that your family's behind you, 100%. That's the biggest one. Make sure that your family's behind you. Until next time, guys, we'll see you on the other side.